welcome back again. So in this previous lecture we are studying the series of the chemistry. So in previous lecture we already studied what is matter, what is elements, and what is the atoms. So in this lecture we are going to discuss, we will discuss about first what is compounds and what is molecules. So what is compound? So first questions come in your mind, what is compound? So listen here, just see here. Here written 1, 2, 3. So here I have written 3 reactions. So first reaction, sodium react with chlorine to gives NaCl. In second reaction, carbon react with oxygens to give carbon dioxide. And third reaction, hydrogen react with oxygen to gives water. So in first reaction, listen here. So when one elements, that is sodium and chlorine, reacts with the compound that is called NaCl or common salt. Common salt. So this is the compound, and this is also compound. So this is also compound. So what is the definition of compound? So when two elements react to form a substance in a fixed proportion, that is called molecular compounds. So what is the definition of compound? So from here we can, compound is the substance which are formed by the reaction of two or more elements. Listen here. So the compounds are the substance which are formed by the reactions of two or more elements in a fixed proportion. So that is called compound. So for example, Na plus Cl2, NaCl, C plus O2, carbon dioxide, H2 plus O2, that is called H2O. So these are the example of compounds. And what is the definition? So the compounds are the substance which are formed by the reactions of two elements or more elements in a fixed proportions. So that is called compounds. So now compounds, so in this way we can understand compounds in simple pattern. So this is the reactions of, this is the compounds, and this is the reaction, particular reactions of that. So then after, what is molecules? So what is molecules? And you know, that is molecules. So what is molecules? So you know, elements. So what is elements? So in previous lecture we studied elements are the pure substance and which are made up of single type of atom. So the elements are pure substance which are made up of single type of atom, that is single type of atoms. And so, and atoms are smallest part of elements which take part in chemical reaction. So this is elements. So the elements are the pure substance and which are made up of single type of atoms, and these atoms are the smallest part of elements, so which take part in chemical reactions. So that is elements and atom. So here molecules returns. So molecules are the small part of compounds. So molecules are the small part of compounds or elements which can exist freely. So molecules are the small part of compounds or elements which can exist freely in nature, is called molecules. Okay, so the small part which can exist of compounds or elements which can exist freely in nature is called molecules. For example, so that is H2O. So H2O is a one single part of whole water compound, so that can exist freely in nature. So H2O is a compound. For example, O2. O2 is a molecules because it is a combined form of oxygen and oxygen. So O2 exists freely in nature. So that is the O2 is a molecules. For example, NaCl. So the NaCl, crystals of NaCls are exist freely in nature, and it is a part of what? Compounds, a small part of compound. So that NaCl is called molecules. So according to this idea, so molecules are two types. So that is, first one is homo molecules and hetero molecules. So first one is here homo molecules, and then after hetero molecules. So first question come in your mind, sir, what is homo molecules and what is hetero molecules? So homo, so its name suggested homo. So the molecules are, molecules are made up of atoms, two or more types of atom. So the molecules which are made up of single type of atoms, so that is called homo molecules. For example, H2. In H2, there are single type of atom, that is hydrogen and hydrogen. In O2, so that is a single type of atom, only one type of atom here, that is oxygen and oxygen. So these are the homo molecules. For example, Cl2. So here chlorine and etc. So these are the homo molecules. So homo molecules are those molecules which are made up of single type of atoms. For example, in H2, so H2 are made up of H and H, and there is a type of bond here. So here O2, so O2 means oxygen and oxygen. Cl2 means chlorine and chlorine. So then after second type is hetero molecules. So its name suggested that, so hetero, more than one type, so two types of atoms, so that is called hetero molecules. So what is hetero molecules? So the hetero molecules are, so the molecules which are made up of more than one type of atoms. So the molecules which are made up of more than one type of atoms, so that is called hetero molecules. For example, NaCl. So this is the part of compound salt and that can exist freely. So NaCl, let us see here. So these NaCl are made up of two types of atom, that is first one is Na and second one is Cl, that is chlorine. So these are hetero molecules. For example, H2O. So these in H2O, how many atoms here? That is one atoms of hydrogen, sorry, two atoms of here hydrogen, that is one type, and one atoms of oxygen. So it means two types of atom, atoms of hydrogen and atoms of oxygen. So these are also hetero molecules. For example, KClO3. So these are KClO3. In KClO3, how many types of atom? So there are three types of. First one is for potassium, then chlorine, and then for oxygen. So these are the hetero molecules. So these are the all idea about the compounds and molecules, and in this you can differentiate atoms, molecules, elements, and compound. So in last coming video we'll discuss more about the chemistry, that is atomic structure. And thank you, bye bye, take care.